got a chance to see the sequel to USS Callister on the episode of Black Mirror. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zank. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we're going to talk about some Black Mirror here, especially the one episode. It's the sequel from, I think, about three seasons ago or something like that. It's been a while. But before we do, remember to give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can, and ring that bell, ding, ding. And I do videos pretty much daily, although I am trying to get, I am getting back on set. We're on Monday. I'm going to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday to be on set at 6 a.m. Woo! It's going to be an early one. I haven't gotten up that early in a long time. Also, if you'd like to read anything that I've written, you can check out my stuff on Amazon. Just type in Amazon, type my name in, and all my stuff will come right up, including my 4 novel series, Destiny Aurora, which is also made into a board game, and which board games are a big problem right now. Everybody's kind of freaking out and hoping that the tariffs kind of even out. I hope that China comes to the table real soon, because I have my own game that I'm going to be... we're actually working on the templates right now for all the files, so we'll see. But anyway, there's also a graphic novel made about it. I also have my fantasy novel, Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. I'm working on a new book right now called Battle for the Ruby Slippers, and then on top of that, I am launching a new comic book called Fairy Tales of Terror. It's looking really, really good. All right, so let's talk about Black Mirror. So I really haven't kept up with Black Mirror. I think I stopped watching it around the season that the original USS Callister was on. And then I was kind of digging around for things to watch, and I saw that the sequel came out in season 7. So I'm like, let me check this out. And it's actually like a full movie. It's an hour and a half. So it's a full movie. And anything that's sci-fi I'll watch, especially if it's kind of an outlier spoof of Star Trek. So I like the first one. I always like to see, the ship designs and the bridge designs and all that stuff. I think they did a pretty decent job. I don't know what the budget of these are. So this has the same group all in it. I mean, I don't know if exactly the whole crew came back, but all of the creatives are back. The director is back with Toby Haynes. He is director of Andor. He also directed Sherlock. So he's a British director. Doctor Who. So he's a pretty competent director. And then you have writers Charlie Brooker, who I believe is the showrunner of Black Mirror, which has American characters or American actors in it, but I think it's basically a British show. I'm pretty sure. So it's just that because he partnered up with Netflix, I guess he has access to both sides of the coin, and they probably push him to use American actors more times than not. But I think even because I love to see aliens, and so the original storyline for this was that he was able, the main guy, who is, so Jimmy Simpson, who's playing Walton, is partnered up with Jesse Plemons, who is playing Robert Daly. So Robert Daly created this game where you're able to log in. It's a multiplayer online game. You're able to log in, and it feels extremely real. You literally have a thing that attaches to your head, and basically your subconscious goes into it, which sounds pretty cool. He is in love with this, not only the game, but the show that the game is kind of based on, which is a Star Trek type show. So he creates this huge world, or huge universe, I should say, where he can now go in there and he can be God. So he's lonely, he's pretty much maladjusted, he's like a geek to the nth degree, doesn't really know how to deal with people, and he was stealing people's DNA and then cloning that consciousness and putting them into the game. So basically, they were real and they couldn't disconnect from the game because they were in there physically. So in this one, we find out that they actually can bleed, and if they die, there is no respawn. They just die. So they eventually rebel and kill him because he was being basically extremely mean to them. Where if they didn't do exactly what he wanted, he would like take their mouth away or whatever. And so this is now the sequel where Kristen Milioti is the captain. So she's taking control of the ship. You know, they all look to her as the leader, and it was really her entrance into the story in the first one that made everything kind of loop-de-loop. They look to her as leader, and now after all this time, she's still the leader. But they're in trouble. They're in trouble because they need credits to run the ship. To go into warp, everything takes in-game credits, which they don't have. It's not like they have a credit card and then you can go buy it. So the only way they could do it is to steal it from other players. Except if they die, then it's done. So they go into battle with these players, but the players immediately respawn, where they don't. So they bleed in the game. So I thought that was very interesting. I really liked that, and we put them into positions where they're in trouble constantly, and I really like that, where they have to basically group together. One of the guys doesn't feel like his name is Carl. Billy, I can't even say his name. Banguzin. He was from No Time to Die, the last James Bond film. And then you have Blanca Brooks, who I really, really like. They basically blued her up, gave her red hair, and I think she looks great. They really did a good job with her. And I like the new costumes for the most part. The original one had all the 60s costumes, so they kind of brought it into more of the the present day, where they're kind of in jackets and stuff like that. I like the change. But anyway, I like her look a lot. She's almost like the Nebula type of character. And I can tell you from working on Star Trek that, because I produced Star Trek Renegades, that bluing somebody up is a lot of time. They probably have the time that they can do, but when we were shooting Renegades, we had very little time. And we had a character that was an Andorian, whatever, with the antennas. And they started bluing up her arms and all this. I said, whoa, what are you doing? And her hands and all this stuff. And I can't have that wiping off, not on the low budget that we were working with. And I said, no, stop. Just do her from here to here, or do her chest. That's it. Get me a jacket and a pair of gloves, and we are done. And it looked great. I think the costume looked better with it than having her arms out. But anyway, that was the whole reason. I've got the character's name anymore. It's been so many years since I produced that thing. So anyway, I think that Malaka looks great, and I think that her accent really works with that character. And I think all the characters do a really good job. I mean, everybody is pretty much, they got the Indian guy being the navigator, all this stuff. So, it is what it is. But anyway, I really liked where they went with the story here. I wasn't really that thrilled with the ending. So the New York Times comes to interview Jimmy Simpson after Daly's death. And they find out that there is a cloning machine, a DNA cloning machine in the guy's house. And all of the crew of the Callister has no user tag. So they're illegals, right? I tried not to see the implications of that through present day, but whatever. If they were trying to make a statement, it was fluting. So But yeah, overall, I really like this episode. I like the look and feel of it. I again tying into the real world. I really kind of wished everything kind of stayed in the fantasy world or in the virtual world rather than them really trying to access or link it to the real world. But I guess that's part of what Black Mirror really is. And seeing the other players was pretty cool too. I liked a lot of that. We actually had a space, a dog fight or a dog chase because they didn't really fire back. But definitely worth the watch, especially if you watch the first one. As far as I'm concerned, Kristen Milioti will never have a better role than what she has in Penguin. She nails that in Penguin. Nothing compared to. I mean, she has some good stuff here where she actually has. She's playing two different roles, the same role twice, I guess. But and Jimmy Simpson has always been good. What was the name of the spy? It had an acronym. It was Girl Spies. I remember seeing him in that. I think that he started out in the original short. Oh, what the hell was the name of that? I actually really liked that show, that movie. But yeah, so I've seen him for a while. I think he was also in Herbie, and then he was in most recently was kind of the same role where he played the guy in the black hat or whatever else for Westworld. I think there's a very similar role to what he has here. Well, I can't remember the same name of the female, but Debs. So he was in the original short that ended up making the movie. So if you've never seen seen Debs, it's pretty funny, I think. But I really haven't watched. I think I might go back and watch some more Black Mirror. But this was my favorite episode from the original 4 seasons or whatever, and this will probably be my favorite for the next 3. Anyway, definitely give it a shout out if you can share this out there as people watch it. Again, I think Kristen Milioti, I think she's so talented. It's funny that she can make herself look incredibly hot 1 minute and then goofy the next. So she has this ability of like shape shifting. It's crazy. All right, well, that's it for me. Remember to give me a like, give me a thumbs up if you can, and of course, as I said, share this out there. Ring that bell, ding ding, and again, I normally do videos daily. You'll get notified of when I have released a video, but I will be kind of silent for the next couple of weeks because I'll be working on a film. All right, remember too to go to Amazon and type my name in and check out some of the stuff that I've written as well. You guys have a great week. Thanks for watching. All right, bye-bye.